Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today's a brand new series in the channel, so, you know, it's just testing the waters. I don't know if you like it, I don't know if you'll dislike it. If you do, let me know in the comments below. It's just something for a bit of fun, and I've, you know, kind of wanted for a while to expand the channel just beyond Celtic. I want to try and get people involved from all walks of Scottish football, from all fan bases. So today I'm going to give my Scottish Premiership predictions for this match week in the competition. We're going to go through each team as quickly as possible, each game as quickly as possible, and discuss what I think the results will be. You know how this works. You could say I'm stealing from Fogden and Stuntpeg. You know, they do their Premier League predictions every week, but nobody does it for Scotland, so why don't I take that up? This will really test my knowledge on the Scottish game. A lot of people will be coming now from other supports and thinking to themselves, what is this numpty talking about? And do you know what? I'm fine with that. We'll see it on Monday, I suppose, when all the games are done, if I was close to being right or no. And I suppose at the end of the season, we'll gather a wee league table of how many I got right and how many I got wrong. I am going to guess I'm going to get the vast majority wrong. We're going to start off with the Saturday matchups. 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday. Of course, the Europa League was, you know, holding things up a wee bit. We have to wait for Sunday matchups, but I'm fine with that. Celtic have a big game this weekend, and as you can tell by the clickbaity title, oh man, it's going to be a difficult one for them. But we're going to start off at the bottom of the table. Hamilton taking on Dundee United at Hamilton Stadium. I'm saying Hamilton Stadium because they change their name every fucking season. I can't tell at this point what it is. Is it still the Fountain of Youth? I think it may have changed again. Anyway, Hamilton have had a nightmarish start to the season. Brian Rice, big chipper, has been struggling. They are down at 11th place in the table. Dundee United, on the other hand, have came up to the top division. They're doing decently well. Had a bit of a dry run, but a win last week has kind of kicked them on a wee bit. Lawrence Shankland is now back in the team, and for me, that is what's going to now set the tone for their season. Shankland has a lot of critics. A lot of people saying he won't make it in the top division. A lot of people thinking he'll be one of the best strikers in the top division. So he's really found himself between a rock and a hard place where he's got to prove both sides of the party wrong. For me, Dundee United are the favourites going into this game, but being at home, Hamilton know how important this is, and with the plastic park to their advantage, I think Mickey Mellon's side will struggle. Hamilton have got a very bang average team. There's no one really in the side that stands out as a key player like Dundee United have with Shankland. So it's going to be a very interesting tie. For me though, Dundee United just have a little bit too much firepower, and they'll want to improve on that win they got last week and get themselves more points. They want to challenge for the top 6 ultimately. Hamilton are going to be in a dogfight for the rest of the season. These are the games Hamilton need to take 3 points from, but for me, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Dundee United win. Shankland's going to step up and get the goal. Livingston and St Johnstone. Now, we spoke about how Brian Rice has had a nightmare start to the season, even worse for Gary Holt at Livingston. They've showed real hope. Livingston have been a good side this season. They got a point off of Rangers only on, what, the 3rd, 4th match day of the season. They came to Celtic Park and pushed Celtic to the limits and nearly got themselves a point in the dying embers of the game, but overall, they've been dropping points to the silly teams left, right and centre, and they really need to win this weekend, and I think they will. Callum Davidson at St Johnstone hasn't exactly had an ideal start to the season either. Both teams sitting in 9th and 12th respectively. This weekend is a must win for Gary Holt. The pressure is starting to pile up. Losing players like Lawless and Dykes has hurt them big time. Tony Stokes, of course, came in, is now gone as well. They need to start picking up soon. They need confidence on their side, and I do have faith they can do it this weekend. St Johnstone as well, they need a bit of confidence, but I'm going to go for a Livingston win. I think it'll be close as well. I said 1-0 for the last game. I think Livingston will take a win in this game with a 2-1 victory. Kilmarnock are heading to St Mirren Park in a game which is, you know, another one of 2 teams who haven't exactly been sparkling this season. St Mirren started off very optimistic looking, and I thought big things from them. I thought, you know, this is a team that actually could challenge for the top 6, but it kind of petered out, and they've not been as strong as what they were at the start of that season. Kilmarnock have been more impressive in their last 3 games, 2 wins and a narrow defeat to Aberdeen as well. It's been a really mixed season for both sides. At times they look really positive, and then at times they look as though they could just capitulate at any moment. For me, St Mirren and Jim Goodwin are another team who need a little bit of confidence, they need a run of form, and with players returning to their squad now, they could take Kilmarnock quite far this weekend. I think they could challenge them to even getting 3 points, but Kilmarnock, I think, are looked the stronger of the 2 over the last 3 or 4 games, and I think Kilmarnock will nick this at St Mirren Park. If they do, it's a little bit of a problem for St Mirren. They need to work out what the problems are, and they need to sort it moving forward, because it's a team who can go either way this season. They can go and challenge top 6, they can be dragged into that dogfight down there. I'm going to go for a Kilmarnock win. I'm going to say 2-0 Kilmarnock. St Mirren, I think they're lacking that cutting edge, that wee bit of ferocity in the final third. Obika, good player, but sometimes he struggles to finish his dinner. If they can actually finish chances, I think they could beat Kilmarnock this weekend. But defensively, Kilmarnock are a strong outfit, and I think they'll just have too much for St Mirren. On to the Europa League sides on the Sunday matchups. We're starting off with Ross County and Aberdeen. Aberdeen are a team who, after so many doubters at the start of the season, and after that disaster with the Pubgate scandal, a lot of people thought they weren't going to be up as high as what people usually tout them this season. They came back from that break, were fantastic, and then they kind of fell apart. They had their moment of madness. A 3-0 loss to Motherwell last week. They need to pick themselves up. But it's standard in this league, you know, teams that aren't Celtic and Rangers have, and even Celtic and Rangers do, you go so long with winning games and doing really well where it just comes to one day and bang, everything falls apart. It reminds me a lot of when Celtic were beat 4-0 off Hearts a few years back. Aberdeen had their loss to Motherwell. I think now they will pick themselves back up. Of course, last night a big loss to Sporting Lisbon in the Europa League, but that was expected. I don't think many people would have had Aberdeen in their cuttings to go through last night. For me, Aberdeen will go up to Dingwall and get the points. Ross County have been a team who have started really well. Considering I predicted they'd finish bottom of the table, they've started so well. Aberdeen, though, I think just have too much in that side. I think they're going to go up and batter Ross County. They're off the back of 2 competitive losses now. Derek McInnes will be eager to prove the doubters wrong. He'll be eager to set things straight, and I think they'll go up there and batter them. For as good as Ross County's been, I can just see a ruthless performance in the offing for Aberdeen. I'm going to go a 3-0 Aberdeen win. Ross County, I don't think it'll affect them too much. I think they'll move forward from it, but I don't know. There's just something in my ear telling me batter. Like, just a batter. That sounds like talking about a chippy. A very interesting tie at Fir Park. Motherwell against Rangers. Rangers have struggled going to Fir Park in the past. They always make this a difficult game, and one thing we know is Motherwell like to set about them. They like to kick into them, they like to play dirty, and sometimes it does cause Rangers to fall apart at Fir Park. But Rangers, let's talk about them for a minute. Their season so far to this point has been exceptionally good. Last week though, they did finally concede a goal. They conceded 2 goals, in fact, to the hands of Hibs at Easter Road. 2 away games back to back, including an away game actually, 3 games you could say, in Europe last night. I think Rangers will beat Motherwell this weekend. They'll be really eager to make sure they don't drop points again. Last week was a slip up. They could have won the game. They'll feel hard done by considering Hibs' second goal was offside. But Motherwell and Rangers both played in Europe, and one team done far better than the other, and that was Rangers. So I think they'll go to Fir Park. I think they'll score goals. Motherwell, yes, a big win against Aberdeen last week, but against Rangers, I just don't see them following that up. Rangers, I think, will go up to Fir Park, get a 2-0 win, and try and continue on this title challenge with Celtic. Yes, we've still got a game in hand, but Rangers know what's at stake, and I'm sure they would, if they drop points again, it's just a disaster incoming if that happens. So I think they will go to Fir Park and win the game. Also, Rangers' defence has been very impressive this season. Let's just be honest about that. As Celtic fans, we can sit down and admit right now, defensively, they are looking so much superior to Celtic. We've been shaky at the back, we've lacked confidence. Rangers have only conceded 2 domestic goals. There is a night and day complexion between Celtic and Rangers defence at the moment. And finally, the last game of the weekend. May I quickly say, if you want to hear my in-depth views and my match preview, the video will be up tomorrow for that, but we'll talk more in depth about how I think Celtic will cope against Hibs, who have started this season unbelievably. Kevin Nisbet looks an absolute player. Martin Boyle's doing Martin Boyle things. Celtic, on the other hand, performances have been slacking, and yes, we have not lost a game domestically yet. Yes, we're scoring goals, but we're still prone to those errors that Hibs will take advantage of because they have the players to do it. And right now, Hibs are showing that they can go as far as maybe Celtic and Rangers can for the next wee while. So it's going to be a really difficult game at Parkhead this weekend. Celtic off the back of a 1-0 win against Riga in Europe and that 3-2 win against Livingston last week. I think we should be able to get past Hibs. We're at Celtic Park. We should be winning every single game at Celtic Park in our league campaign. I don't think it'll be by many goals. I think we'll scrape by them, knowing the way we've been playing recently. But we have got the team to do it. It's all about who's going to start. Is Lenny going to just pick the names out of Tombola once more? The confidence will change as the team is revealed for me, but right now I'm confident Celtic can win that game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Celtic win. I think Nisbet could come up to Parkhead and get a goal. And that does it. The whole point is quick fire. I'm very brief on it and I'm trying to fly through it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That is my predictions for this match week in the Scottish Premiership. Like and subscribe. Make sure and share the video out. If you are new to the channel, a subscription would mean a hell of a lot, and I'd appreciate you. And aye, as always, see you all next time.